What's up, y'all? Welcome. What? Okay. I won't forget the trash, Erica. I won't forget. Yeah. In case if his account goes through, his crypto.com account gets registered, then I'll buy him his Gamecoin for him. Gamecoin. If you're not in yet, you should be. You're welcome, by the way. What's up, everybody? Nightcap with Scone. Hope you're having a magnificent day, evening. It is a Whiskey Wednesday. Cheers. Tonight, by way of introduction, if you're on Facebook here, please like the page chat post, like page chat post, like page chat post. If you're on YouTube there, please do us a favor and smash the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the Matt Moscone YouTube channel there. A show here born out of quarantine when nobody was doing anything. On Whiskey Wednesdays, we decided, what the hell, let's hang out, let's have a pour, let's talk about whatever we want to talk about. So that's what this show is. There are no rules. I have there in the headline, we talk some LSU, we can talk some Saints. A lot of times people end up asking me about radio or media, or we talk about whiskey or whatever it is that meets your fancy. So holler at us, say hello. I have tonight the Old Elk Wheated Bourbon, the Calandro's barrel pick. There you see, if you are on Facebook, there you go, YouTube, Calandro's Old Elk barrel pick. Let me put my Calandro's Old Elk barrel pick right here. That's the wheated bourbon again. They have the wheated bourbon, they got the wheat whiskey. Of course, they just have the straight bourbon, so the rye. So they got lots of great ones. So anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this. Hopefully y'all are having a great day. So let's say some hello, see what y'all got. Trivia Carter, welcome to the classiest show at night. Bubba Tatum, good evening. A little High West Borai, okay. Honestly, not like as much as I like High West. Borai is not my favorite, man. It's the blend of the bourbon and the rye, but High West does some great stuff, man. Nicholas Cantrell, Makers 101. Ted Campiso, Truax, a whistle pig, kind of like good to see Truax this past weekend over at Don Juan Cigar Bar for whiskey and wine. Y'all come hang out this Saturday. Jesse Quinn. Dad, you didn't smash the thumbs up. You smashed the like button. The like button. Ryan Dunn, what's up? Play some guitar. Trivia, damn it. Already doubled my value in game. So Trivia Carter found his way into Gamecoin and has already doubled. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I will tell you that Gamecoin. So a lot of people are asking me, hey man, did I miss it with Gamecoin? Gamecoin is still tethered to the dock. It hasn't even begun its journey yet. It hasn't even set sail. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But you would do yourself and your family a great disservice if you did not at least look into and explore the possibility of purchasing Gamecoin. Bubba Tatum, I got a bottle of, well, who was that one we played? Ryan Dunn said, play some guitar. You didn't even see my guitar. How did you know I had a guitar over here? All right. Just one, because Drew's about to go to bed. So one little ditty. I don't know if you were being serious here, Ryan Dunn, if you really wanted me to play guitar, but... Tune. Out of tune. Anyway, little Tom Petty for you. We're out of tune. Someone asked me to play something on guitar.
Hey, our light is out.
Oh no.
You said that would be on filter as well.
I didn't say that. The floodlight outside.
No, but this one.
The floodlight outside. Jude Sonier, Calico is good at football. You're doing right.
All in our lights.
Yeah. LSU fan, what's up? Jerry DeLucky, what's up? LaBasil Hayden, Jay Rich, good evening. Gamecoin. Everybody's in on Gamecoin. Everybody's in on Game. Erica, what do you think about Gamecoin?
Gamecoin is beautiful.
Nicholas Cantrell, Matt, did Red Hat ever figure out he was on YouTube? So someone texted me during AFR, like a listener, and was like, I know who that is. Don't put it past him. He would have known he was on and was making a show.
I was wondering. I
So-
think they were like exhibitionists
Oh, maybe so.
on purpose.
Oh, really?
And they liked the attention and yeah, I think it was all an act.
Oh,
It
maybe
was
so.
fake.
Eric Wildrider, Scone is a fan that's in this for the long haul. What record should I want LSU to land on this season? Seems like that lets O barely keep his job as a worst case scenario. Yeah, Eric. So, I mean, I don't understand the people who say like they want the team to lose. I remember like when Les was nearing the end, I literally had someone say to me, man, if they win the national championship, that'd just be terrible because it means they keep Les. And I'm like, so literally the best thing that could happen would be the worst thing that could happen? It made no sense. Like, what you want is from to win all the games. I think we have to be realistic. I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, Ryan Dunn, please explain Gamecoin. Gamecoin is a cryptocurrency developed here in Baton Rouge. And it is less than 90 days old, and its market cap is approaching $500 million. It is the fastest growing cryptocurrency right now. It's amazing. I actually had lunch on Monday with the developers and a couple of the primary investors, and I could not have been more impressed with their long-term strategy. My fear was, is this a pump and dump? And I can assure you, it is not that. I'm not going to say anymore because I'm not at liberty to say anymore. But they like I said at the beginning, they have just untethered from the dock. They are still tethered to the dock. I'll put it to you that way. I know everybody's asking me how to get. The challenge is, it is not easy because it's not yet on a mainstream exchange. Notice the operative word was yet, because boys, there's some exciting news coming really, really soon. So I'll post in the chat in both Facebook and YouTube. There's a video of how to buy Gamecoin that they produced for this reason, because it's not easy, and so it walks you step by step how to do it. But you have to have a trust wallet, and you have to have crypto.com essentially to start. So, or any exchange that will let you buy Binance coin. So I'll post those in there. Kirk Taylor, what's up? Jonathan Martin, Frank Alessi, Port the last of your Weller 12, celebrating cashing out Doge for Gamecoin. Frank, you're very welcome out of Doge, because Doge is a meme coin that is going nowhere, and Gamecoin actually has fundamentals behind it and is, I'm telling you, exciting. Really exciting. Brad Ellerby, you coming to the West Monroe Catholic High game? I am not, Brad. Not heading up to the Frozen Chosen, brother. But I'll watch it. Breezy Bro, what up? By the way, while you're watching the Catholic High game on the Bruin Broadcast Network, you might notice that Hudco Roofing is a sponsor. The first quarter sponsor, the Red Zone sponsor. You'll see some ads in there as well. Breezy Bro, what up? Kirk Taylor, smash the like button. Oh, come on, like Red Hat, smash that girl. The Vanca de Silva, good evening, Matt. 7:45 a.m. in Sri Lanka. How's LSU football shaping up? Not good this year at the Vanca, unfortunately. Which is the website app for Gamecoin. So again, I just posted the video. There's a video that they produced. It's on YouTube. I just posted in the comments that explains how to buy Gamecoin. It is complicated. I would consider myself crypto savvy. I am very, very knowledgeable. The first time I went to buy it, it took me damn near an hour to buy it. So if you're patient. Brad Jones, what's up, Matt? TDY to Luke AFB. What's your take on the Saints this weekend? What is TDY to Luke AFB? I don't know what that means, Brad. I'm sorry. I feel like I should. I don't know if that's dirty. I hope it's not. But what's your take on the Saints this weekend? Honestly, Brad, I picked the Saints to beat the Packers. I am really, really worried this weekend. Huge letdown spot. And Mike D has me spooked because for years he's always put out this angle, man. It was a Bold Buddy D angle where teams that lose their starting center fail to cover 80% of the time the next week. And so Eric McCoy being out really spooks me. Lucian Trey Mixon, what's up, Matt? Need to get you a Trash Rangers of Louisiana hat. Dreading that Kentucky game. Which Trash Rangers of Louisiana? Curbside Trash Company prides itself on customer service. Huh. Good logo. Scott Santangelo, Brady Beacom. Will LSU go 0-8 in the SEC? They will not, Brady. I have no problem saying that. No team should ever go winless in the SEC. The fact that Vanderbilt and Arkansas do from time to time is humiliating. That Auburn did in 2012 is unforgivable, which is why Gene Chizik got fired. I'll remind you that, and I've said this a bunch, and so some of you heard me say it, but even in 2017, LSU lost 37-7 to Mississippi State and then lost to Troy. And there was nobody who thought LSU was winning an SEC game. And the next week they went to Gainesville and beat Florida 17-16. And the only conference game they lost the rest of the way was Alabama. They finished 6-2 in the league, 9-3 overall. I don't think that's the fate this team will meet. But they will win conference games. Alan Hurd keeping it simple, Crown and 7. Hey, Janet Vadreen, good morning. Will you be at the Kentucky game? Unfortunately, I'm not. I got to be here to work. Unfortunately, I would love to go to that game. Really, I would love to go to the trip into the Bourbon Trail. Matt Godwin, what's up? Little Whistle Pig, there you go. Andrew Brister, what's up? Why don't you ever have Chris Landry, Baton Rouge personality, on the show? We're good. Stephen Fry, come on, man. Is the video frozen? Yeah. Jonathan Lambert, damn, Matt didn't know you could play. Well, I'm not good, Jonathan. Self-taught. I don't play nearly as much as I used to. I do enjoy playing, but I don't get to. I don't do it as much. Reagan Lee, when's Michael Thomas projected to come back? So he started the season on PUP, so he's got to miss 6 weeks, so he could come back after the bye in Seattle, week 7. Leave the guitar playing to Toby Tomplay. He's way better than me. Taylor Bro, to the moon indeed. Jason Austin, what's up? Blake Oob. About the 7-minute mark on, he talks about Gamecoin. Who's that? Are you talking about me? Oh, you linked someone in here. Y'all hit the share, please. Like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. And YouTube, smash that like button. Oh, look at that. Kelly Knight. This is my sports talk. Well, thank you, Jason Austin. That's very nice. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be your sports talk guy. Lucian. We have commercial division as well. Supplying commercial front load dumpsters, roll-off dumpsters as well. I don't really know much about that space, Lucian, but that's awesome, man. Congrats. Let me take a super. Y'all, cheers to everybody. Magnificent. Where are we? Brian Jones, Matt, been working overnight, missed your spiel about Emery. Heard the interview with the attorney today, but it's inexcusable that a 5-star running back is ineligible. All the reasons for the waiver I get, but how did LSU drop the ball? Brian, it's important to know, and look, and I appreciate attorney Don Jackson for coming on the show. For those that missed it, Don Jackson, who's John Emery's attorney, or the attorney representing John Emery against the NCAA, came on the show today. And Don Jackson came on regularly during the Christian Fulton appeal. And I hope he wins. I want eligible, not just because I want LSU to win and I want John Emery to play. Like, I'm just very pro-player and anti-NCAA. So, yes, I want John Emery to be eligible. I hope they find whatever waiver loophole they need. All of that said, it is completely inexcusable that this happened last year, that they knew he was only at 9 credits, and you thought you were going to get a waiver that, like, you made an assumption and you assumed wrong, and you see what happened. Like, that's a failure. It's a total failure. It's a colossal failure that your starting running back is ineligible because of this. Something you knew about for a year. It's stupid. But that's. I mean, I could say it, but y'all just gonna call me a hater. But I would ask you. All right, let me ask you this. I'm assuming you're watching this. You love sports. You pay attention to sports. please find me another time where a high-profile program had their starting running back academically ineligible. I'm not talking about didn't qualify coming out of high school. I mean academically ineligible at the start of the season. I'll wait. No, I won't, because it'll be silent here forever. Let's see. If LSU wins one SEC game, it'll be Auburn. It's law now, like gravity. Auburn can't win in Tiger Stadium. Temporary duty station. Got it. All good. See, Brad, I'm not savvy with that, but thanks. Ethel Martin, little better barrel proof. Elijah or rare breed? Elijah Craig. Does Ogeron take the blame for this? Is this a reflection on him lacking ability to run the program? I said it for you, Matt. I mean, Brian, everyone knows I'm going to say it, but I also know what that element of the fan base thinks about me. They think what they don't ever hear is whenever I compliment him when things go well. But similarly, I criticize when things go poorly. There's just a lot of oh yeah, it's Nightcap. There's just a lot of shit that goes poorly. We curse on Nightcap, by the way. 68 watching, 38 likes. Do us a favor, smash that like button there on YouTube. Jesse Quinn, what SEC game are you most looking forward to this weekend? Auburn. 100% Auburn at Penn State. Auburn to blowout wins, to shutout wins. They've scored 60 each of the first 2 weeks, but now they're going to go punch at their own weight. They're a 5-point road underdog. Let me see if they can go win there, because Auburn is either going to prove they're a contender or they're going to get exposed this week. Auburn. I mean, Bama, Florida, whatever. Bama's going to kick the shit out of Florida. Ole Miss, Tulane. Yeah. Georgia's going to beat the crap out of South Carolina. I'm just not interested. LSU fan, I saw Missouri only beat Central Michigan by 10 in their season opener. How much do you think LSU beat them by? So line's 19, and that, by the way, was a one score. That was a 3-point game late in the fourth quarter. Missouri added a late touchdown for that margin. But Missouri also sacked Central Michigan 9 times and had 14 tackles for a loss. LSU's defensive line better dominate this game. Ryan done dueling banjos. I'll come play with you. Hang on. What?
My dad can come get his phone like at 10:30, like an hour.
Oh.
And he said that won't because he needs it for like work. For like 4
Did you check to see if it went through?
I don't have any idea. But he just said after
Well, bring
the
it to
show
me.
to call him, and then he'll come. If that goes through, then he'll just.
He's gonna come over that late?
Huh?
He's gonna come over that late?
Yeah. He needs his phone back if he wants to. He's already started there. Is he? Love to see him.
Deliverance.
That's like a murder movie, right?
Well, somebody said that's dueling banjos. Someone said dueling banjos. So it's playing dueling banjos. Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to get my father-in-law into Gamecoin. I gave him some Gamecoin. What is it? Oh,
Nope, I'm not saying it out loud. You want me to mouth it to you?
got it.
Okay.
Got it. Still
Okay.
pending.
Okay.
No, still pending.
Does it need to stay open or can
No.
you shut down? Okay. Well, he said he would.
No.
He said if I ain't calling through in an hour, like by 10:30, he needs to come get his phone. Can you go take a look at that? It's another app. It's 9:30 right now.
You got 70-year-old man FOMOing into Gamecoin. I gave him some, though. I got my family set up, except my dumb brother, who's the smartest person I know, but won't listen to me on this. Even Morgan went and bought a bunch more today. I shouldn't say even, I mean, but you know what I mean, like, he's in Kansas. You know what I mean.
Okay. I'm gonna shut this off. So you just said when you finished, please call us.
Got it.
Even if it's for transfers and general.
Travis Lauren, what platform do you use to buy Gamecoin? Well, you got to buy, we got to buy Binance and then move it into a Trust Wallet and switch it to Binance Smart Chain and then go to Pancake Swap and copy the contract code from the Gamecoin. It's complicated, but I posted the video. Y'all got to check it out. Rogers W got my Hudco call. Rogers, are you the one that just texted me? Got my Hudco call today and power back. Been a good day. Thank you for being here, Rogers. Pumped for you that you got your power back, man. Let's see. Janet, I'm impressed. Thank you, Janet. Merrick Mathern, what's up? Jay Rich, based on what you can and can't say, when do you think we hear more concrete public info in Gamecoin? Last mention of it. No need to be a last mention of it. It's not even 90 days old, but I can tell you what I will say is, and I hinted at there is really, 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 really exciting news coming in the next 2 weeks. So I'm not telling you like FOMO in and throw your life savings. This is not financial advice. Do what makes you comfortable. I'm just telling you are going to start hearing a lot more about Gamecoin. The way that it is spreading, it's getting to the point now where everybody knows somebody who's in and is seeing gains. Like what Trivia said, he's already doubled his money in whatever amount of time, a week or a couple days, whatever. And so then that story gets told and people start saying, what is it? Where do I get it? And they ask, and they boom, 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 and you get it. Let's see. Sanjay Gorer, Bama or Florida this weekend. Don't know if you already discussed. Have not discussed. I think Bama rolls in a big, big way. Will Burton ask you rock Fireball or Tito's? She walked out of here. Kenneth Martin. Hey, Matt. I'm drinking single malt Scotch 16 year. Lagavulin. Dude, I don't know Scotch, man. Question. Do you think the running back woes this year because of poor performance of the offensive line or Falk is not doing a good job? So Kenneth, it's a good question. With the offensive lines, that's where it starts, of course. But last year I didn't like the rotation of the running backs. This year you've been hamstrung because Goodwin wasn't available the first game. Emery hasn't been available for 2 games. Goodwin got hurt last game, so you've really only had Titus Price and Corey Kiner, who were very similar style runners, and then Josh Williams, the former walk-on. So
This one over here.
yeah,
Oh, no, just right.
yeah, over there. Someone said Tito's or Fireball. Ask you right.
Well, Fireball at prom, that was quite a disaster.
Did you really?
Quite, well, I mean, just a little bit. My date did a lot.
You drank in high school?
No, just at prom.
You weren't in high school in prom?
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My date was bad on Fireball.
Was that
I'm not saying it.
was that the guy we saw on the airplane?
Possibly the guy we saw on our honeymoon. Was my prom date. Stop it.
When Eric, I'm not
Don't
gonna say his
even
name.
who he is, please.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay.
When Eric and I got married, we flew to St. Lucia, and a guy on our plane going to our honeymoon was prom date.
What are you on a honeymoon?
I think he was on his
Yeah,
honeymoon
they
too.
were
They
different.
just got married. Yeah.
They were going to
That's
St.
so
Lucia,
funny.
which is a different resort. Yeah. There's also the guy I fell down the stairs in front of.
That was the same guy.
Busted my
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
Like the week before prom.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah. So Fireball got him. The good news is I wasn't really into him, so he was like out all night. Like he was like.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to play.
Great.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do anything?
No.
Oh, good.
Didn't have to do anything.
Glad you didn't do anything, Erica.
Like, dance and stuff.
Oh, dance. Like the horizontal naked dance?
Matt.
What?
Smash that like button.
Smash the like button. Smash the prom date button. Right. Hey, Matt, drinking 4 Roses tonight. Saw the baseball schedule. I really feel like Jay Johnson has a great chance of getting Omaha and winning there. I think the baseball schedule is atrocious. We got done no favors in the SEC at all. But just get into the postseason. Adam Fontenot bought some Gamecoin, Matt. It was total pain in the balls. Now what should I do? I'm a crypto newbie. Adam, just enjoy and watch it run. Just watch it run. Jay Johnson commits left and right. Scott Thibodeau. What's up, Scott Thibodeau? Blake DeArmond. How's it going, Matt? Things going good here in the Woodlands. How's it in the Red Stick? Wet. It is rain. It has rained all day. That tropical depression is just sitting over us, and oh boy, the roof's leaking all over the place. So Hudco has been busy. Eric, I missed taking profits on the last bull and refuse to let it happen again. Selling Gamecoin just as hard as I buy it. Thanks a ton for the tip. Eric, do not sell your Gamecoin. And no, selling is not as hard as buying. And buying is not hard once you're in and set up. Do not sell your Gamecoin. Okay? I mean, I get it. Some people, like, maybe you desperately need cash, and I get it if that's the case. But if you can hold, trust me, do not sell your Gamecoin. Don't do it. Come on. Let's see. AC Born. Try to swap BNB to Smart Chain, but it says not available. Are you in your Trust Wallet? Blake DeArmond, personally, the LSU needs to give Cam Lewis a shot at safety. He's going to play this week. He's been here 6 years, knows what to do. It's true. Harold Jackson, Matt, A, use Coinbase. B, I think Johnson versus Nussmeier QB comp develops this season if he's not already there. I don't know if you can buy Binance on Coinbase? I know you can on crypto.com. Let's see, and then Johnson, Nussmeier, maybe so. I think the bigger story is what happens when Miles Brennan comes back if the season's not going well. Adam Forrester, Matt, you know about Heaven's Door? I do. Went to Calandro's last week. One of the barrel picks. Yep. So the barrel pick that Calandro's got of Heaven's Door is just the straight bourbon. So Erica got me a set, like it was a sample set of all of the Heaven's Door offerings, and they have a double. Hang on, I'll tell you. It's the boodly 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 boop. It's the red label. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It is I'm sorry. So not the Tennessee bourbon. It's the double barrel whiskey, the double barrel whiskey. Yep, the double barrel whiskey is phenomenal. Really good. Will Burton. Johnson has not played terrible. Everyone's favorite player is the backup quarterback. Yes, so Will, here's the thing. I agree with you in part. I don't think Max has played terribly. He's definitely not a risk taker, and I think you just need to be a little more aggressive. Now, my hope is actually that if they play a little faster, it takes him the check with me stuff out of there, and it doesn't make him quite as sitting and duck. If they just go faster, I think he'll be better. Let's see. What are your expectations for Jay Johnson first year? I think they have a great. This team has an amazing chance to get to Omaha. Like legitimately, they're talented enough to get there. Kyle Milliken, Matt, some Elijah Craig small batch. Still looking for toasted barrel. It's hard to find. Gonna be a black and gold. Black and gold Super Bowl. Jerry DeLucky. What's up, Jerry? Sean Salisbury was great yesterday. Looking forward to listening to him every Tuesday. Yeah, I'm glad that we got Sean on. Mark Allen, moving Tigers in the pros to 420 is epic. We've convinced everybody that Muso is a pothead. He's like the biggest nerd. Like, I love the guy, but he's like nerdy guy who's probably never even smelled weed, but it's hilarious. Matthias 5K. Do you personally own Morning with Scone and Nightcap, or does Guarantee have a finger in it? I own these. Just things that I do. I did, Matthias, go to Guarantee like years ago and say, look, we can do Morning Scone and my Morning Scone daily email and all the stuff that I do, like, and we could put it all in like a matte package and you could sell it if you want. Like, I don't mind bringing it under Guarantee's number. Like, I don't do this stuff, all the extra stuff I do. I don't do this for top line revenue. Like, I'm not doing this to make money. I don't mind telling you this. Like, even Morning Scone. Well, Morning Scone is sponsored by Brock, and they're wonderful, and I'm thrilled to have them. All the extra stuff I do, the companion shows, it's really just building community, and it's building loyalty with all of you, and so that way, if the time ever comes where you need a roof, please call Hudco, because I'm a part owner in that company. I would love it if you would call Hudco. That's all. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm never gonna like put up a paywall. I'm still gonna do this for free, and hope that you all come back and watch and listen and interact. And I love all that. That's awesome. But that's sort of my whole premise behind that. I think I don't mean this to be but I think one of the things that I've done well is I've built tremendous community around AFR and all the stuff we do. and it's built a lot of loyalty to our advertisers. So it's this symbiotic thing where I pick really good advertisers. They deliver great service to the customer. Customer listens to me. We have this community, so they call this advertiser whenever they need something in that realm, and they get great service, and so they keep coming back, and it's just this thing that keeps going. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway. Okay. Grow Pizzazz, what's up? Is Central Michigan a concern? Kinda. Especially with still missing your tackles on the offensive line. As much as you did not defend well against a good schemed offense from Chip Kelly, I think Jim McElwain is similar. Excuse me. And your offensive line stinks. Jordan Wilkins was academically ineligible in 2016, but you make a good point. Does not happen often. I don't know who Jordan Wilkins is at that point. Jackson Carney, Matt, do you think with the new college coach at LSU, with a new coach at LSU, we might finally see a change to the marijuana policy? Jackson, I don't think it has much to do with that. I think it's more that's something that would have to be a top-down approval thing, and it has gotten better, by the way, better than it was. Ryan Dunn, Matt, I've grown up on bluegrass. Everything I ever disliked about your show has been totally redeemed. Because I play dueling banjos. Matthias, what's up? Eric, in my opinion, T-Bob on Whiskey and Wine is the best the show has ever been. Especially since we'll probably complain about the O-line after every game. Yeah, T-Bob and I have a good yin and yang. There's no doubt. The Scone and Tea podcast was, I don't mean to say this it was my idea, but of course it's going to work. Our personalities work. We play off each other well. He has his people, I have my people. It's just, yeah, of course it works. So yeah. But thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the feedback very much. Matthias 5K, I still need to get me some Gamecoin. You should. Will Burton ask E-Rock better name to Coldest Crawford, General Booty? She walked out of here. Grow Pizzazz, what are the benefits of Gamecoin versus Ethereum? They are completely different. Ethereum is a blockchain network upon which dApps or decentralized apps will be built. It's smart chain technology or blockchain technology with smart contracts, etc. Gamecoin is a crypto asset that's going to be tied. It's a project that's going to be tied to two athletes, and I don't know that I can say the other part that's really exciting too, but you will all learn in time. They're very different. They're not in any way the same thing. But if you're just looking at it as an investment piece, clearly Ethereum is far more established and more stable. That's not even debatable. Gamecoin has an incredible amount of growth though. Like, you won't have the opportunity to get 3, 10, 50,000% on Ethereum. You could get that on Gamecoin. You know what I mean? K-Genomics, Bama should roll, I think so. Trivia, I guess I'm buying more. Should buy as much as you're comfortable buying. Emery transfer is imminent. I don't know about that. If he was going to transfer, I think he would just go, right? And go be eligible somewhere. But I don't know if the NCAA would make him eligible mid-year. I think he would go to JUCO, play now, and then go pro next year. But he's trying to get eligible at LSU. If he's going to go, he'd have gone already. Trivia Carter, K-Genomics, Gulf South. Any truth to the rumors of players posting IG Live videos of themselves riding scooters around downtown LA the morning of the UCLA game? Well, I don't know that would be a rumor, Gulf South. If that happened, then people would have seen it, right? And I have no idea. I was staying in Hollywood, and I was not on game. I was working all day on game day, so I was not looking at Instagram really, quite honestly. We got out to the Rose Bowl to set up for the broadcast at 10 a.m. And we were on air at 12:30 Pacific, and then it was just a long, so I didn't see any of it. Ryan Dunn, Matt, I watched the Gamecoin link. Is the hard part the setup process? Holy cow. Yeah, it's a lot of steps. But the first thing you have to do is you have to get a trust wallet. and you have to get onto an exchange that will allow you to buy Binance coin. So crypto.com will do that. Grow Pizzazz. Is this live? Yeah, this is live, bro. Of course. This is every Wednesday, dude. Come hang out, 9 o'clock Central Time. Do you think we start seeing Mike Jones Jr. play a bigger role in the defense? Boy, he didn't even get in till like the second half last week. I'll say yes, but they seem good with Damone Clark and Baskerville as their starters, and Bug Strong's playing a bunch too. I think with Mike Jones, it's just one of those processes where it's going to take time for him to catch up to speed, playing a new position at a new school. Jimmy James, TJ Finley must love pissing away a season at Auburn. Tisk, tisk. Jimmy, I'm going to tell you this. I've said it. I said it publicly many times. I'll say it again here. TJ Finley did not want to leave LSU. His parents made him leave LSU. He even came on AFR and said, go back and listen to the interview. He came on AFR and said, because I knew this, but he came on AFR and point blank said, sometimes I asked, because I knew to ask the question. I said, what do your parents think about the decision? And he said, sometimes your parents think they know what's best for you when they really don't, but they're your parents, so you do what they say. Like, TJ Finley did not want to leave LSU. His parents made him leave LSU. They thought he wasn't getting a fair shake at quarterback, and LSU was not going to take his brother, who's a wide receiver, and offer him a scholarship, and they wanted them to play together. So, Jordan McNeese, E.H. Taylor tonight. Should Saturday be an L? What % chance O's gone next week? If they lose Saturday to Central Michigan, which I don't think they will, by the way, but if they lose Saturday to Central Michigan, I will put it at 76.4% that Ed Orgeron is fired on Sunday. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. But if they do lose to Central Michigan, I think he will be fired after the game. Let's see. Sorry, God, Facebook, I'm behind on these comments. My apologies, y'all. Ooh, wow. Okay. Craig Dugas, a little Weller 12. I ain't mad at you, bro. Brian Jones, Tell the Truth Thursday. Matt French, cheers. Picked up some Crystal Ridge moonshine from evacuating Hot Springs. All right. Reagan Lee, do you think Rodgers is intentionally flopping? I don't. I think he just got crushed. Brian Jones, haven't heard you in T-Bob podcast this week. Is it available? Yeah, so we drop on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I think next week, you'll give me some feedback. I think we're going to do Monday, Thursday. So Monday will be the recap and Thursday will be the look ahead. So we dropped yesterday, so you can search Scone and T on iTunes or Spotify. Scone and T, the letter T. Scone and T podcast. Please subscribe. It'd be awesome. It'd be a huge help. I mean, if you support all of our stuff, Scone and Tea Podcast, Whiskey and Wine, Locked on LSU, AFR, I mean, all of it, of course, we appreciate. Brian Jones, I think Tulane covers against Ole Miss. Ole Miss's offense is a machine. Try to tell you all that, bro. A lot of people got pissed at me when I said that before the season. A lot of y'all got pissed at me before the season, man, when I said Ole Miss was going to beat LSU. Now ain't nobody saying that shit no more. Travis McGraw, fantasy. Aaron, oh man, Travis, I wish I could help you, dude. I've never played fantasy football in my life. I have no idea. Just double check. If Coach O's fired at the end of the season, who would be a dark horse to get the job? A dark horse. I don't think Scott Woodward's going to play the dark horse game. I think the names that I've already heard are Lane Kiffin and Bill O'Brien. I don't mind putting that out there. Those are names that I've already heard they have interest in. Stephen Walzak, if and when LSU coaching position opens, what's your list of candidates? Lane Kiffin and Bill O'Brien. Stevie Maranta, man, it felt good to be excited about football. Who dat? God, Sunday was so much fun. God, I was running around like crazy. It was a lot of fun. Let's see, I'm taking Central Michigan with the points. I know it's horrible. This team has shown nothing so far. Central Michigan can score. Central Michigan can score. They can move the football. They scored 45 against Robert Morris, but they only scored 24 against Missouri, and they did allow 9 sacks against Missouri. Jeff McKithen, Stephen Robeek. What's up, Stephen Robeek? Travis McGraw, he lost me the game last week with Stafford on the bench. Alan Hurd, that lawyer can get number 4 back eligible? Not sure because it seems he didn't have more info. Alan, I'll put it to you this way, man. Don Jackson, I don't think he's ever lost a case against the NCAA. So, yes, I do think he will get John Emery eligible. I do. Christopher Duga, what's in the glass? Lucian, what's up, man? Madam, here we dropped the ball on Lane Kiffin. What's your thoughts? Here's the thing I'll tell you about Kiffin. I think Lane Kiffin's the best play caller in football, in college football. I would love to see Lane Kiffin at LSU if the opportunity presented. I will tell you the same reason that Kevin O'Sullivan is not the head coach at LSU, a baseball coach, would likely also prevent Lane Kiffin from becoming the head football coach. For what that's worth. Brad Osborne, I may be late. We talked about Trey Bradford. Why did he leave LSU? Did Lincoln Riley see he wasn't going to play out with OU scheme? That's why he returned to LSU. So Trey Bradford's dad posted this on Soonerscoop.com. I know the guy that runs Sooner Scoop, and which is an OU message board. I can't believe this never got out. Here's the comment from when Trey Bradford announced he was coming back to LSU. This is Trey Bradford's dad who posts on Sooner Scoop. And this is from the publisher of Sooner Scoop who sent this to me. Guys, like I told Josh, I'm embarrassed, disappointed, and furious at Trey right now. LSU kept going behind our backs talking to him after I told him repeatedly to stop calling him. He never could get comfortable at OU because of the shit they were pumping into his head. All caps. My family is not on board with this. But as you all know, as you all with kids know, sometimes they got to bump their heads to figure things out. I'm sorry, and flame away. He's going to learn the hard way. That was Trey Bradford's dad on an OU message board. Jared Honeycutt bought Quant at $40 a couple months back. Check it out. Do your research. I still believe it's keeper. Anything interesting Coach O said tonight? Yeah. Blood Oath number 6. Craig Duga, hard for anything interesting when they throw in softballs at him. Omaha for the baseball team this year. What are the numbers next to our usernames? I don't know. I don't see numbers on here. David Wallace, shout out to Hudco. Emailed this morning. They were here in 90 minutes repairing a leak. We'll get the re-roof in the near future. Awesome, David. Glad that worked out, man. Thank you so much for the testimonial. We appreciate it. We appreciate the opportunity. I never take that lightly, man. People trust you with their home, with the roof on the home. We take that seriously, man. We got a great group. Thank you. Let's see, Kurt. Musso is really coming to his own in the last year and a half. You should be proud on your mentor. Mentorship, yeah. No, man, look, Musso's got a great future, man. He's going to do awesome. Christopher Dugas. If I buy 2 of those air purifiers, can I smoke cigars in the home office, or will the old lady have me sleeping on the couch? Christopher. So the air purifier is from My Clean Living, mycleanliving.net, mycleanliving.net. Y'all have heard me mention it before. The Fresh Air Mobile can purify up to 500 square feet. The Air and Surface Pro can do 3,000 square feet. So we have one of those in our den. But you would be amazed that if you're a smoker and you put one of those in the house, it will, I guarantee you, it will eliminate the stench of odor. I wore this hat at Don Juan for Whiskey and Wine. Came home, put the hat on the Air and Surface Pro. Did not put it in the washing machine. I just put the hat on the Air and Surface Pro and handed it to Erica. Went to bed, whatever. Next morning, handed it to Erica. I was like, y'all were here. I was like, smell it. Does it smell like smoke? Because I can't smell it. I lost my smell with COVID. Still haven't gotten it back. That was last November. I can taste, thank God, but I can't smell. So I was like, smell it. She's like, oh my God, it doesn't smell like anything. It neutralizes odor. It neutralizes pathogens, including odor. So bacteria that causes odor, all that stuff. COVID, flu, strep, staph, common cold. I'm telling you, man. Tony Williams, what's up? Like, I wish if every public place in America or every home had an Air and Surface Pro, like if every school, every office building, every restaurant, every gym, like if they all had an Air and Surface Pro, the contamination rate, not just of COVID, but of everything, would drop dramatically. NASA developed it for the International Space Station, and now they just have a practical public retail use for it. Tony Williams, what's up? Craig Dugas, favorite Musso memory was him in the beer line at the baseball game. That was fun. Kirk Taylor, Hard Truths, Tone and Scone and T. Yeah, we're candid, man. Cale Reynolds, evening Matt. Oak and Eden here. Who decided Liam Shanahan was a great player? He came in from Harvard, which isn't a football factory. He's a lineman we rely on. It's based on his age. That doesn't mean he's an SEC lineman. Cale, it also means you don't have a backup. Which is the problem, right? I mean, you're right, but that's the problem. You don't have an option. I mean, Charles Turner is your backup. Tony Williams, I will soon make this a Blanton's night. Love it. Andrew Brister, great show. Please settle a debate with my friends. Who's played better this year, Stingley or Ricks? It's just a little tough, man, because honestly, neither of them were challenged at all against McNeese. I mean, LSU just harassed Cody Ogeron. He never got a chance to hit his back foot. And against UCLA, the play that I think stands out so much was the missed tackle by Stingley. And Ricks got the interception. Stingley also made a beautiful tackle for loss. Coming up playing the run. I don't know that either. Like, they haven't really been challenged, honestly. It's really, really difficult to say. I don't know that I could tell you either has really stood out to me very much. Craig Dugas, first pour Weller 12, second pour Woodford Double Oak. Trying not to drink myself into Matt's claimed Weller 12s. Hey, bro, I got what you want over here. Just need to meet up. Is Billy Napier a possible coach for LSU? It would be very, very hard for me to imagine LSU hiring the coach from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. I think he's a great coach, but I also think that if you're Scott Woodward and you fire Ed Ogeron, you're not going to do what Joe Oliva did, because that's what shitty athletic directors would do. Frantically promote a defensive line coach who is a failed former head coach that nobody would hire. That's what awful ADs do. What great ADs do is they aim for the moon, and if they don't get the guy that they want, like Kim Mulkey or Jimbo Fisher or Chris Peters, like if you don't look at what happened with baseball, he conducted an actual search, went and interviewed people, knew what he was looking for, and got Jay Johnson, and everyone's fucking pumped. That's what good ADs do. Joe Oliva rushes Ed Ogeron to a podium to beat Tom Herman to the podium at Texas because he's a fucking idiot. Anyway. Literally the worst athletic director I've ever seen in my life. Like, every day when my head hits the pillow and I thank the good Lord for my health, for giving me Erica and Drew, and for Drew's continued health and success, and how he's thriving, for the opportunity to work at Guarantee and to live in the freest country in the world, and to be able to have an awesome job that I love to do. I mean, among the things I thank God for, Richard Lipsey, for running King Alexander and Joe Oliva the fuck out of Baton Rouge and saving the university I love from those two imbeciles. Stephen Robeek, what's up? Herbert Williams, linebackers coach, is Blake Baker. Robeek, some old soul winter soldier. All right, man. A little barrel pick. Came on late. What's the dram? I am drinking the Old Elk Weeded you're here, sorry. With the Weeded Bourbon Calandros barrel pick. Shout out to my guy, Luis Gonzalez, Old Elk. Great stuff, man. Daryl Lanklos, don't steal our coach. Craig Dugas, Monday and Wednesday or Thursday, make them 40 or more minutes. Oh, you're talking about with T-Bob, the podcast. Okay, we'll do Mondays. I want to do Mondays anyway. Steven working on some samples. I need to get your sample bottles filled and return the favor. Matt French, this afternoon when I got out of work, turned my truck, heard Mike D on the radio. I did a double check, realized Wednesday I left WWL on this morning. I'm bummed, man. I miss having Mike Dillon so much, man. Anyway, I get it. Will any wide receiver have 1,000 yards at the end of the season? Oh, yeah. I think Kayshon Boutte is a no-brainer. He'll play 13 games. Daryl, Cajuns play tomorrow night on ESPN. Love me some college football. Andrew Juge. What's up, Andrew Juge? Yo, cuz, what's longer? War and Peace to the Saints injury report. 10 people on the injury report today. I'm going to go ahead and choose to believe that it was just giving a lot of veterans days off with the travel and whatnot. We'll see tomorrow. By the way, make sure you listen to the Saints Happy Hour podcast. Hey, dude, post a link in the comments to the website so people can see it. Ralph and Andrew, they do a great job, man. They invited me one time as a guest on there. It was a ton of fun. We ended up talking for almost like 2 hours. It was ridiculous. But it was my fault because I didn't shut the fuck up. But love those guys. So you should definitely be subscribed to that podcast. Stephen Wall's like, any updates on a date for sports betting in Louisiana? I've been told that they're expecting like kiosks and stuff to be up and running this fall, and then like LeBear's, for example, full on sports book early 2022. Tony Williams, Scott Woodward goes deep sea fishing when he makes hires. True, bro. Swimming in the deep end, bro. Jason Austin, what's up? Matt French, after Joe Levy's lacrosse mishap, I can't believe he fucked up LSU too. How can you not believe that? I mean, I know what you're saying, but it's like, of course he did. Like, it's not about the truth guy. Like, the I can't believe it moment is that LSU actually hired that dipshit. Daniel Lauren, if LSU goes 0-5, do you see players opting out? Yes. One very, very prominent player who was close last year too. Blaine Berthelot, Matt, call Hudco about a month before the hurricane. Took 2 weeks for someone to set up a date to come out. No one ever showed up. Is there anything you can help? Absolutely, Blaine. You got to tell me what your issue is, though. I tell you what, email me directly, matt@hudcoroofing.com, matt@hudcoroofing.com, and I will absolutely facilitate. I can tell you point blank, our call list is hundreds of people long. And a lot of people are asking for inspections. We are not doing inspections. That's the normal process. But when you have an event like Ida and there's so much damage and people like literally have holes in their roofs, you have to, almost like a triage, right? You have to prioritize. So we're getting to the people who have the greatest need eagerly. Trying to help as many people as quickly as you can. So if someone's like, hey, I need you to come inspect my roof, well, we like literally cannot allocate the manpower just to go inspect your roof. Like if you have damage, call your insurance company. Like that needs to be your first call. Call your insurance company. They will send an adjuster out and then they will give you a scope of work for the roof replacement value. And then we can come in and do the work as soon as you have that scope of work. That's easy. But so again, I don't know, Blaine, but I'm happy to help facilitate. I'm more than happy to do that. Email me directly, matt@hudcoroofing.com. I'll happily help. Christopher Dugas, Old Elk Weed Store pick is magical, one of my favorites, indeed. I help pick it. Daniel Laurent, what's up? Craig, I have my tickets first. There you go, saintshappyhour.com. Saintshappyhour.com. You need to come back on soon. You need to invite me back on soon. Calandro's Old Elk Weeded Whiskey gets slight edge over the bourbon. I completely agree with you, Craig. The wheat whiskey is better than the wheated bourbon, completely. But I'm kind of low on my wheat whiskey right there, so I'm with the wheat bourbon. Jordan McNeese, E.H. Taylor tonight. Should Saturday be an L? Oh, sorry, I read that one already. Will Burton, what's up? Yeah, y'all, please smash the like button. 77 watching, 63 likes. Smash the like button if you haven't done it yet. If you're on Facebook, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like. I'm going back and forth a little bit, so forgive me if I'm kind of delayed on getting some of your comments. But if you're new here, I will get to every single person's comment on this. I will stay here until I've read every comment. If you could just be patient with me, and I'll get to all of them, I promise. Trivia, I can buy BNB in Trust. Awesome. If you can buy Binance in your Trust wallet, that saves you a step. Jamal Kellup, what's up? But you can't buy BNB everywhere, which is the problem. Jameis put the NFL on notice. Who could have seen that coming? Dylan Wilsey. Hey, Matt, do you think LSU should begin to worry about trying to recruit top quarterback prospects? No. I think, one thing I'll tell you I've learned for sure over the years of doing this and talking not only to recruiting analysts, but to recruits themselves. Recruits look at the game differently than fans do. Fans see a lackluster performance against McNeese and think, oh my God, recruits were here and saw this, they're not going to come. Recruits just want to be on campus. They want to they want to be around the players and the coaching staff and to just get a feel for being around. It's not so much the result. And a lot of times, like if your offensive line sucks, it's a great way to recruit offensive linemen because you can go, hey, look, you can play now. It's true. Nino season, the live after game made me smile so hard, dude. I had fun doing it, dude. If y'all missed it, go back on my channel. If you're on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel and scroll back to Sunday. I did a post-game live after the Saints game. I had a lot of fun. I went full like WWE. It was a lot of fun. Eric Wilderotter, Gamecoin questions are the new, what's the deal with Cardell Thomas? And Eric, I'm so proud of you for spelling Cardell Thomas correctly. Like, the amount of times I've had to read, like, Cordale or like with a C or Dale and stuff, like, thank you for spelling it correctly. He's only been in our consciousness for 4 years. But anyway. Yeah, Cardell Thomas. Just not a great player. But it's okay. Brandon Reese, what are your expectations for Jay Johnson? Omaha. Lou Bassi, would you consider Eric Bieniemy for head coach? No. Ryan, because I would want a proven, and by the way, Bieniemy I think is going to be an NFL head coach, for what it's worth. I would want a proven Power 5 college football head coach. And the only thing I can think about Eric Bieniemy not being a head coach is he must be a terrible interview. He just got to be. I mean, I think the same with a guy like Brent Venables, the DC at Clemson who was at Oklahoma. Like, how are you that successful when you do for that long and interview for head coaching jobs and never get one? You just must be a terrible interview. Heard that about Bobby Petrino, by the way. LSU interviewed Bobby Petrino when they hired Les Miles, and I talked to people who were in the interview, and they were like, it was the weirdest fucking thing I ever saw. Like, he just sat in the corner while we talked, and he just like arms folded and looked, and then all of a sudden like popped out of his chair, and he just like marching around the room, pointing at everybody. It was like freaky. Some people just bad interviews. As much as Coach O talks about him, if LSU parts ways with O, do they go after Joe Brady? No. Joe Brady hated recruiting. He does not want to recruit. He's going to be an NFL coach, and he'll be an NFL head coach next year. Matt, do you worry about the Saints DNPs today? I don't. Not until Friday. If there's DNPs on Friday, then I'm worried. Gulf South, why don't you two T-Bob do a video of your podcast? That's the plan. We just got to get the video studio available, so timing and scheduling is just kind of part of it right now. But we're working toward it. We're only 4 episodes in. Have you heard the Handicast? I have not. Being 1227, I don't listen to a lot. I tell you all this, and I'm not joking. Like, I just don't listen or consume a lot of media. I just don't. I'm doing this. I'm producing media. Like, I wake up in the morning, I do morning Scone. I drop Drew off at school, I go to work, I record Locked on LSU. I prep for AFR. I do AFR. I come home. I do Nightcap with Scone. The stuff I consume is not sports stuff. I consume crypto content or business content, or I make phone calls, helping build a roofing company. I mean, I just don't consume a lot of content, that's all. It's not a knock on any of it. I just don't consume any of it. Merrick Mathern, will you do Scone and Tea on YouTube? You just answered that, yeah. No buzz around Cristobal. I don't know who it was, but I heard someone say he wants in the SEC. Well, he's done better than I thought at Oregon. Bill O'Brien, gross. David Rand is a dark horse. Nah. Mark, like they're not. Scott Woodward is not going to hire an unproven coach. Look at his track record. Look at all the hires he's made in every sport at all the places he's been. He's not going to hire an unproven coach. Not when you're the AD at LSU, hiring a football coach is like a legacy hire. It's the thing that you will be tied to and known for better or worse, forever. So like, you know, it's he's not gonna take a chance. He is going to eliminate variables that would increase risk. Rapping Batches, what's up? Brandon Reese, what's up? Kyle Milliken, Matt saw an article on Aggies 247 saying Sam Pittman has had talks with USC about the head coaching job. He went as far as getting coordinators to go with him. Remember, the USC AD is the former Cincinnati AD. That's why a lot of people mention Luke Fickell. But the board there and prominent boosters have a lot of say in that hire. That's why Ogeron didn't get it. He wasn't country club enough. Smart. But anyway. Smash the like for me. Air Wesley Randall. Murder Giraffe, what's up? Jake Matern, what's up? Why are y'all all upset about Bill O'Brien? Bill O'Brien was great at Penn State after the Paterno disaster. He was a good coach with the Texans, and he's Saban's OC. I think Bill O'Brien would be a great hire. Some guys just aren't meant to be NFL coaches, just like some guys aren't meant to be college coaches. Bill O'Brien's style just didn't work in the NFL. I mean, he just pissed off all the millionaire adults, you know. Gummy Lifesaver, gummies are the GOAT. Rapping Batches, I actually agree with you. I love those Gummy Lifesavers. I love gummy candies. Gummy candies are sort of my vice. David Gonzalez, kudos to Dale Brown Court. About time. Amen. Are you going to Stark Vegas? I'm not, Dick Jones. I'm not. I don't know that I'm going to make any more road games this year. I'd only go if they send me to do pregame there. They'll get challenged this week. Mason Spillman. Brian and Annie Penn, good evening. Mountain Home, Idaho. Woke up, cheers, drinking a glass of cold milk. There you go, man. Sleep well. Have a great day on the road tomorrow, man. Billy Napier is going to be the guy. I will respectfully disagree. Woodward is willing to eat the $17 million buyout. So it's not going to be $17 million. So just so you know, because there's a lot of people that throw out numbers about the buyout, I can tell you I had this confirmed to me last week from 2 different people. The buyout is Ed's buyout is 17. To get the whole staff would be around 20. But they are going to peg him for cause. I mean, they've got him for cause. I was sent his contract last week, and the termination for cause section in his contract is like a fucking encyclopedia. If he untucks his shirt, they could fire him for cause. It's absurd. So they'll peg him for cause. It'll never go public that way. They'll just negotiate a smaller number, and it'll go away. Because it wouldn't benefit either side to fucking fight in court. Wouldn't be surprised if Woodward already has a list of coaches he's interested in hiring. Brandon, every AD always has their list. Like, always. And I gave you the top 2 names already. Trivia, Matt, honestly, do you think Gamecoin would hit $1 by Christmas or next year? That would be really, really ambitious. But at this pace, absolutely. Yeah, at this pace. It hasn't been 90 days. It hasn't been 90 days, and the market cap on that thing is $500 million. And they haven't even marketed it yet. It's damn near impossible even to find it, and it's at $500 million. Like, wait till it gets to mainstream exchanges. Anyway. Every AD has a list, bingo. Will Burton. Raising money is Woodward's special power. He knows who to go to get them. Look at the Kim Mulkey deal. He knew exactly who to go to get the money to pay your women's basketball coach $3 million a year. He knows what he's doing. Brandon Reese, I think regardless of what happens the rest of the season, O is probably gone anyway. I mean, I'll tell you all also that the Title IX stuff is so far from over. And what annoys me, and it's not that people who say this annoy me, I guess it's just a lack of understanding because of how it's been spun publicly. People think that the Title IX disaster was a Les Miles thing. Les was a small part of the Hush Blackwell report because of the allegations in 2013 and the hush money they paid to the girl's family. But that was a very small part of the Hush Blackwell report. The overwhelming majority of the Hush Blackwell report has been under Ed Ogeron, with a laundry list of players that have been accused of rape and sexual assault that he and his staff and the administration covered up. But most people don't know that because they didn't read the Hush Blackwell report. I'm not saying I'm blaming you, but what does bother me is when people have like staunch opinions and they're uneducated. Like, unless if you've actually read that report, you shouldn't have a staunch opinion on the matter. So that's, I guess, where my frustration comes in. And there's more coming, by the way. Much, much more coming. Matt, would you be more upset if Saints football was removed from existence or LSU football? That's like asking me which child would I like to... I only have one child, but like, how do you ask... There's no way. There's no way I can answer that. Let's see. Brian A. Pin, where can't go download Gamecoin? You can't download Gamecoin, Brian. You got to get it on a crypto exchange. I did post. I'll post again here, I guess. But I'll post the YouTube. There's Brian. I think I texted you this video earlier today as well. It's a YouTube video of how to buy Gamecoin that the Gamecoin people produced. It's very complicated, but it's about to get easier. But when it gets easier, then it becomes even more popular. More people buy it, and so on. And then you're in not as good a value as it is now, sort of thing. Difference is Napier's a hot name other schools try to get. It's irrelevant if he's a hot name. Have you won at the highest level? And he hasn't, so they're not going to hire him. David Gonzalez, Matt, have you tried Bywater Bourbon? I have not. Will Burton Napier is not an LSU hire. True. Roger Dodger TMK, I thought y'all were pansies talking about how hard it is to buy Gamecoin. Did you try? Murder Giraffe, you should go full mustache. I did that one time by accident. I did it as a goof when I shaved all this. It was before I was wearing a beard. I just had some growth, and I shaved all this and left this and forgot. I did morning scone the next day, and I had a mustache doing morning scone. They should hire the next LSU coach without an interview. See how stupid that sounds? If Coach O gets fired, would LSU lose out on Howard? Nope, they wouldn't. Murder Giraffe recruits have fun with LSU women. Why would Howard leave? Because O's gone. True, yeah. You can be bad at interviewing and be a great coach. That's fine, Murder Giraffe. You can be. But if you are someone making that decision and you are... if you're someone making that decision and it's millions of dollars you're committing to this person and you're trying to make the best decision and eliminate variables, especially when it's someone who hasn't been head coach before, like, that's going to matter. It's just going to matter. Sad that talented coaches get passed up because of bad interviewing skills. Okay, Genomics, Walker's parents both went to LSU. No, they did, yes. Well, I mean, Jamie Howard played at LSU. Bill Burr, Brian, I still haven't listened to it, man. Braden LaRussa, is Gamecoin going to blow up? It's blowing up, and it hasn't even been untethered from the dock. Yes. What are your expectations for Brandon? I think you've asked me that 5 times. I think he's going to go to Omaha. Look at the soccer hire, number 6 in 1 year. George LeBron, Matt, seems O is influencing the offensive game plan. Taking away the run impacts Max's game and confidence. I think O will let him run against Mississippi State. Yeah. All Saban's OCs look good. True.
Can you check out again? This is like
I just did.
He's not going through. Yeah, okay.
I know. You want to let him know?
I'll call him. He's going to come back and get it.
Sorry. I feel bad he's got to ride over here. Will Hildebrand, they do need to buy O out so they can compete with USC, which is an equal job and potential.
Is there a chance it could still go through tonight or no?
Maybe. I wish it
You
would.
watch him when he gets there?
No. Do you think Matt Campbell would be a good hire for LSU? Yes, but he just signed an extension. Let's see. Braden LaRusso, thoughts on Catholic high football. They're phenomenal. Best program in the state. Jude Saunier, Jack Fuqua. If Brennan was healthy and started, what season looked like at the end of the year? Yeah, I don't know, man, Jack, because the thing is, the biggest problem that LSU has offensively is they can't protect. And Max Johnson and Garrett Nussmeier are at least mobile. Brennan would be a sitting duck, man. I don't know that it'd be any better. Carter Lemaire, what's up, Brent Venables? They're not going to hire a first-time coach. George, bio doesn't matter. Woodward, of course, has a list. He always has a list, yeah. I'm probably a little behind on some of these questions or comments. Andrew Crawford, what's up? Eagle Rare barrel pick from Rouse's. Just killed the ball. Jesse Quinn, should I not get my hopes up for Kiffin being the next coach? He'll definitely be on the list. I'm just curious about, let's say, some of his off-field exploits potentially crushing the possibility. What top two names did he give? Kiffin, Bill O'Brien. Let's see. Jay Aliene, let's see. Sure look good against the KDN. Dude, they're the best team in the state. They're incredible. I mean, I've told you. Look, I've told you all this. I'll say it again. I don't care if you like Catholic, hate Catholic, whatever. If you love LSU, you should care about Catholic because they are loaded with D1 talent, and you should want all those guys to come through. Emery Jones, Sheldon Sampson, even the sophomore quarterback Beal is going to be a recruit whenever he's class 2024. Like, they got like 5 running. Like, there's a kid named Corey Singleton who's the running back, one of the running backs this year that nobody knows about because he was like the 4th string running back last year, but he averaged like 11 yards a carry. He only had like 60 carries on the season because he was like the 4th string running back behind 4 guys that all went and played D1 football. It's just ridiculous. I mean, like, Corey Singleton is an SEC running back, but nobody knows who he is because he hasn't gotten to go to camps the last 2 years because last year was COVID and this past summer he had a knee injury. And he only had like 60 carries last year, but he's going to blow up this year. And people go, who the fuck's that kid? Book it. Corey Singleton, remember the name. Mason Spillman, Matt, this Gamecoin talk is giving me anxiety before bedtime. I'm buying as soon as I wake up. FOMO and crypto is real, but I'm telling you, it's pretty incredible. I want Freeze. I know they don't feel they would entertain that route. I would love Hugh Freeze also. I would fully endorse that. But for the same reason with all the Title IX stuff, I don't think you walk that road. Brandon Reese said that Woodward goes after Freeze from a PR. True. Will Burton, Braden LaRusso. I have 4 million Gamecoin from $400 about 2 months ago. I don't know if that... Yeah, that math doesn't work. Yeah. But you're doing okay. If you have 4 million Gamecoin, you're doing okay. You're sitting on, what, about $16,000? So you've turned your 400 to 16,000? It's pretty good, right? Matthias, do you think that even if the LSU team turns it around, goes 9-3, O's gone because of everything off the field? Possibly. 9-3, he might. 9-3, I think he'd be safe, unless if things really blew up with the Title IX stuff. But again, they're not going 9-3. Matt trying to teach these old folks how to buy crypto. I'd rather Jimbo over Bill O'Brien. Braden LaRusso said, no way we get Jimbo. Remember, I'm going to keep reminding y'all of this. Jimbo Fisher has no buyout. It's the deal that Scott Woodward did with Jimmy Sexton to get Jimbo from Florida State. They committed a buttload of money to him, the 10-year, $75 million, but there was no buyout, which meant they would owe him nothing if they fired him. But similarly, he could leave and owe them nothing. So, and Jimbo just got an extension on his deal, but same terms, no buyout. So he could just come to Baton Rouge. And he loves Baton Rouge. Woodward hired him at A&M. Like, there's Texas coming into the SEC all of a sudden makes A&M in the state of Texas not as appealing. Like, there's a lot of reasons to go. He might consider it. Let's see. Who would be your dream hire, not named Saban or Dabo? Urban Meyer. Wesley Randall's thoughts on Saban's love and use of D's jokes. D's jokes? I don't know what that is. You think Coach O's lifestyle since his divorce affecting his coaching and a reason for LSU's downslide? Yeah, kinda, Ryan, but I'll say this, man. What you do in your free time is your business as long as it doesn't bleed onto the field. My feeling and my contention is Ed Ogeron has no idea what they did to win a championship. He's trying to replicate it, but he has no idea how it happened because he didn't do it. I mean, Dave Aranda was already here. Steve Ensminger was already here. All those players were recruited, many of them before Ed Ogeron was the head coach. He just has no idea how to build a program. It's just evident. Like, I use this example, and some people don't like it, but Forrest Gump wasn't the most brilliant fucking shrimper in the world. He's just the lucky son of a bitch whose boat didn't sink in the storm. And that from that day on, shrimping was easy. Like, that's all it was for Ed. I mean, he inherited a program that was in the mid of 15 years of great success. Had won a couple of national titles, played for another, had a loaded fucking roster, had a great coaching staff, and he just had not fuck it up. And now all those players are gone, the coaches have left, and he has no idea who to hire. Wonder how Marcus Freeman feels about passing on LSU now. Long season, man. I know they've had a few struggles at Notre Dame. I think he's gonna be all right. When Gamecoin sponsored Whiskey and Wine, did they pay you in Gamecoin? They did not pay me in Gamecoin because they have to pay guarantee. They were not going to pay guarantee in Gamecoin. Wesley Randall, what's up? Brandon Reese, but I would have taken Gamecoin, by the way. They could absolutely pay me in Gamecoin. I feel like deep down Woodward is ready to move on from Coach O. Brandon, he's Scott Woodward. Here's what I'll tell you I know about Scott. Scott wants to operate in the shadows. He does not want to be public facing. He doesn't want to do radio and TV interviews. He doesn't want to be the guy that everybody knows and sees all the time. He wants to be able to operate in the shadows where nobody knows what he's doing so he can arrange the pieces on the chessboard to where he has it looking how he wants. It's very strategic and he's very smart. He wants the players and the coaches to be the front-facing part of the athletic department. The problem is he wants the football coach to be the face of the athletic department, but the football coach you have now takes naked selfies in bed, takes shirtless pictures on the beach with women, is on video walking up a camp with some cougars, pictures the day before the LSU-UCLA game walking around LA with some woman. Like, he's yelling at some dad and his kids about a sissy blue shirt. He's going to whip their ass. Like, bring your ass in your sissy blue shirt. Like, the man is a walking disaster. Like, he is a PR nightmare. So Woodward wants his head football coach to be the face of the athletic department, but your head football coach is a disaster. So all of that stuff, Woodward hates all that stuff. So yeah, he wants to fire him. Like, give me the opportunity. Like, open the door. Of course, yes, that's easy. And plus, every coach wants to make their own football hire. They want to make that's a legacy hire. They all want to be able to hire a football coach. Chip Kelly could be an option. No. Missed the days when LSU's defense was feared. Would you want Jimbo? I'm not saying I would or wouldn't. I would. He's made A&M a contender. Fisher would be a home run hire, especially he's familiar with LSU. Dude made Christian Ponder and EJ Manuel first-round draft picks. I would take him. Lee Ballew, what's up, Lee? Nothing else matters about Catholic High unless they have offensive linemen. They do. Emery Jones, who's committed to LSU right now. What do you think about LSU hiring Cristobal? I answered that a bit ago. I think I just need to see more. Thank you for Scone and Tea. Solid podcast. Thank you, man. We enjoyed doing it. Edo was lucky he had Aranda and E on staff. And, you know, T-Bob and I did the podcast, and he was saying, yeah, but Ogeron promoted Ensminger, but he would have never hired him otherwise if he wasn't here. I mean, his hires have been Matt Canada and Jerry Sullivan and Scott Linehan and Jake Peets, because he didn't know. Like this, look, what just happened is a case in point. You replace 6 coaches on staff. Your defensive coordinator hire is a fucking disaster. Your passing game coordinator hire is a fucking disaster. And you're on the ropes after a 5-5 season, and instead of going to get a sure thing, you go hire 2 coordinators who've never fucking done the job. Like, what? In contrast, look at Les Miles. Pivotal and Mallory in 08, disaster. Fired after 1 year and goes and gets John Chavis, who was a proven SEC defensive coordinator. And Chavis saved LSU's job. 9, 10, 11 were awesome. And then it started to dip 13, 14, and he was off to A&M. But, like, John Chavis saved Les Miles' job. Les was smart enough to know to go get a proven commodity. Ed wasn't, because he's Ed. 71 watching, 74 likes. If you haven't hit the like yet, please smash it. Jimbo or Kiffin? Kiffin. Great Gump impression. Thank you, Sid Couples. It's really exhausting to hear O continuously talk about 2019 because it's all he knows. And he and in his inner circle, whenever he gets criticized, he says, like, don't they realize that I'm the guy? Like, we had the best season ever. I'm like, yeah, and you fell ass backwards into it. Like, you Forrest Gumped your way to a title. You're Larry Coker. You're Gene Chizik. You're a guy who was the beneficiary of circumstance. It was a great season. That's awesome. But you have no idea how to do it. And you have no idea how to get back to it. So you're going to go down as a guy who was just the coach of the greatest team ever who really didn't have a lot to do with it. How close Woodward Canning Ed this past offseason? Let's just say that the Ducks are in a row. What's up, Doug Ashton? What is the line on the Catholic this Friday? Catholic West Monroe this weekend. How about that Catholic guy schedule? They went to like Maryland and played some team over there. They just played Acadiana, beat them 20-0. Going to West Monroe, like they're playing. That schedule is something. Third name behind O'Brien. I haven't thought about it. I'm just giving you the names that I've been told. Yeah, I'll give Les credit. Look, you said Chavis, Aranda. Don't forget about Kevin Steele also. Les knew how to go vet candidates and hire guys. Like, he was really good at it. His problem is he fucking just wouldn't stop meddling with the offense. If he would just left the fucking offense alone, he'd probably still be the coach. That 2016 team, you realize the talent on the 2016 team? Fournette, Geis, Posick, Will Clapp. You had Kendall Beckwith came back for his senior year. Tre'Davious White came back for his senior year. You had Dante Jackson, Jamal Adams, Malachi Dupree, DJ Chark. Jesus, that 2016 team was freak shows. Les just couldn't stop meddling, bro. Let's see. I think Jimbo could be safe for hire. Bigger ceiling with Kiffin. Like scary, if that makes sense. I agree. And he's younger. If Woodward was to get Fisher, what would the expectation be year one? Kind of depend who comes back. I wouldn't say there's a great probability of that. I would just say don't rule it out completely. Gulf South don't remember and hating the Matt Canada hire when it was made. No, it turned out bad. A lot of people liked the move. Gulf South, Ed Ogeron hired Matt Canada without ever meeting him. Derek Panamsky riverboat captain, radio guy, assistant to the head coach, vetted assistants and said to Ed Ogeron, Matt Canada, he was a Browse finalist and scored 40 whatever a game. Ed had a commitment from Lane to come be his OC when he got the job. It was part of the binder. Nick Saban said, like hell you are. Because Nick Saban essentially rebirthed Lane Kiffin's career when nobody would fucking touch him and made him an analyst and then the OC. Sexton is the agent for both Lane and Saban. Who do you think Jimmy Sexton was going to be loyal to? So it was basically go get him a head coaching job, which is why Lane waffled and interviewed for 100 different jobs before finally taking the FAU job for less than $1 million a year. That's because Nick Saban was like, I'm not losing. I saved your career. You're not going to the only school in the West that's a threat to me. But Ogeron at that point knew then he had to make a splash hire, felt he had to make a splash hire because he's insecure and has no idea what he's doing. So that's why I went and got Matt Canada, because Canada was a Royals finalist that year. Hired him after a phone conversation. Never met him in person. Like, this is who we're dealing with. And as if he didn't learn that lesson. Then he goes and hires Bo Pelini without interviewing. Like, you see the trend? He has no idea what he's doing. Anyway. Gabe Fertitta is the next LSU coach. He could do it. Gabe knows what he's doing offensively, man. On AFR, you didn't seem as confident in the Saints week 2 as week 1. Why so? Letdown factor, and there's this old betting angle that Mike D has told us for years, which is that teams that lose their starting center fail to cover 80% of the time the following week. Eric McCoy being out falls into that metric. I am really worried about this week. I actually think Carolina's going to win. I hate to fucking say that, but I think Carolina wins this week. Will LSU file A&M do the no buyout thing? Nope. If Woodward's tired of O, fire him already. When you're talking about millions of dollars on the line, they're going to do it for cause, and they're going to wait till they have the opportunity to do it for cause. Matt, can you recommend civil attorneys in the Baton Rouge area? MGM injury attorneys. MGM is on your side. Call 344-3555. MGM. Great office too, by the way. I love MGM's office. Is like a old converted building downtown. It's freaking gorgeous. Like just go meet with them because their office is phenomenal. I mean, and like Danny and Chris and all those guys are phenomenal. Like they're really good. They've been sponsors for a long time, and I love those guys. They're great. Glad to see Semino kicking ass at Catholic. He inherited a tough schedule, but he also inherited a loaded roster. Can you see a scenario where O gets let go midseason? Yes. I think if they lose either of the next 2 weeks, he would be fired. There's a good chance he'd be fired. If Woodward was to fire O midseason, who takes over? Great question. Great question. Everyone's going to say Corey Raymond. And maybe so. I don't know if Corey would want to do the media portion of that gig. I think that's one of the big reasons, the big hang-ups for Corey. Where did Tom Herman go after Texas? Saw they had a new coach. He is an assistant with the Bears, like a support staff guy with the Bears. Let's see, Jason Austin. Matt, if a player opts out, who would the first one to do so? Stingley. Steven, you have any shows explaining crypto? I don't, but maybe I could do that. Maybe we could do a crypto show one day. Brian Jones, how soon will Woodward start his search? Already started. Oh, God, these are 30 minutes ago.
I asked him just to call him and finish your check.
Well, tell him just to come now.
Well, he's thinking it might still go through. He said he didn't want you staying up late with it. I'm like, well, we didn't want you to come back late. He's like, what's that? You don't think it's gonna work at all? Or?
Yeah, it's gonna work. It's just I'm going through right now.
Okay, so just when you're done.
Maybe
just
because it's
call.
after hours, maybe.
Just
Probably
call
so.
when you're done.
Just tell him to come now. It's already
He said, let's
10:46.
He said, you come 11:15. I said, you're not gonna be still doing your show at 11:15.
Mm-hmm. Got a bunch of people watching still.
No.
You
Well,
got
then
60
I'm about to
there.
do brisket.
Got 100
Do you
people
eat
watching.
lunch tomorrow? Like,
Yeah.
I can do that brisket.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then vegetables, that much because I'm about to eat some. You want brisket, the same vegetables for dinner then, so, sorry. The vegetables and brisket.
All right. What kind of questions do you even ask in a Power 5 coaching interview? Show me your binder, how to operate a program. Woodward brings Saban back. Normally I would laugh at the comment. Wouldn't put it past Woodward to lure in that whale. Saban would, man. I mean, he'll finish his career at Alabama now, but there was many a time where he was eager to get out. He butted heads a lot with Bear Bryant Jr. early. He was going to go to Texas 10 years ago. But it was Clay Travis who broke the story and essentially caused him to have to deny. Loose lips sink ships, y'all. I tell you that all the time. Sometimes you just need to shut your mouth. Let the process play. Reagan Lee, what's your percentage on O as the coach next year? 8%. 8%. Angels Envy, Agent Rum Barrel, that's the rye. It is definitely not a rye. I mean, it is a rye, but that doesn't taste, that's not a rye by which any rye should be compared. But it is fantastic. Almost tastes like dessert. I love it. I got a bottle up there. Tony Williams, O is gone regardless. I mean, it feels inevitable. How do you like that butterscotch? Sorry, Matt, I missed it. Who's your top 3 candidates? I told you I don't have 3. I'm just telling you. I'm just relating to you what I've been told, which is Kiffin, Bill O'Brien. And I wasn't told a 3rd. It's not to say the list isn't longer than that, but I think it's where they start. Titus Jackson, Matt, I'm sad and you and Roe aren't hooking up this football season. You need to talk to Roe about that. Kirk Taylor, Hugh Freeze at Liberty, doing great things, not getting in trouble. I think he served his time. I agree. I would love that. Nate Gidry, what's up, Nate Dog? Matt, maybe I missed it. What's the ticker symbol for Gamecoin? Where's the video link you mentioned to buy? So it's GME. Nate Dog. I'll post the video again in the comments here. It's complicated, man, but you have to start by getting by buying Binance Coin. So get to an exchange where you can buy Binance Coin. You need a Trust Wallet as well. So go to your app store and download Trust Wallet if you don't already have one. O is nothing but a charity case. Scott Burke loading up on Central Michigan plus 20, Stone Cold Lock. Usually when something feels like that, it feels too good to be true. Maybe LSU shows up this week. What's your answer to those who would ask why you hate Coach O so much? Jason, I do get asked that, but I think it's from fans who just don't know any better. I don't hate Coach O. I don't know Coach O. I only know him professionally. He and I have never sat down and had a meal or a long conversation or anything like that. I mean, I only know him from press conferences and things like that. It's just completely on a professional level. So you can't possibly hate somebody that you don't know. I have no respect professionally for him. I'll tell you that. I think he is terrible at his job. And and that's obvious. He has no business getting the job. 2019 was virtually none of his doing, and he has wrecked LSU in so many ways, financially. The Title IX stuff is a disaster that falls at his feet. He has callously covered up rape and sexual assault, which is appalling. I think his very public behavior shows a complete lack of self-awareness and awareness of the title you hold. I just have no respect for him professionally. And then on top of that, on a personal level, he has done a lot to undermine me professionally because he's got rabbit ears and can't take criticism. So I just, like, in 20 years, almost 20 years of doing media and doing sports talk since 2007, was it 15 seasons? He is by a mile the most insecure coach I've ever covered, who pays attention to what's said and written about him and takes it personally, and it's rooted in his own insecurity because he knows he's not good enough to do that job. He knows he shouldn't have that job. And so his failures are just magnified. And I just think it's obvious. I mean, I think he's a terrible head football coach. He's a terrible leader of the program. Throughout, like, if you all knew, during the racial injustice stuff a year ago, I mean, his team marched without him to the president's office because of something he did. Now, the story never got out, but it was his own inability to relate to his players and understand why they were upset with what was happening. He's just terrible at his job in every way. I mean, there's nothing that I can tell you aside from the fact that he's a good recruiter that I can tell you is good about him as a head football coach. Is he a great dad, or was he a great husband, or like maybe I don't know any of that stuff. His kids sure seem to love him, and that's great. And I mean, and the day he was hired, people forget this. The day he was hired, and when I went on air, before I ever said anything about the hire itself and anything negative about it, the first thing I said was how awesome it was to see him tearing up and talking about how much getting the job meant to him, and talking about his late father and how much it would have meant for him. And I was pumped for him because, like, as a human, I love to see people succeed. I want to see people reach life goals. I don't want to see people fail and struggle. I mean, I root for people. So while my professional opinion is that he didn't deserve the job and is terrible at it, from a human level, I think it's great, man. Like, that he got that opportunity and it meant so much to him emotionally, and he worked hard, obviously. He's way in over his head. I mean, shit, if he was sitting right here, I'd tell him the same fucking thing. I mean, I say it on the air all the time. Whatever. It's nothing personal. It's not like I mean, it's just, I get paid to have a professional opinion. I mean, I get paid to give an opinion. That's what my job is. And I was doing, when he had first got hired, I was doing a speaking engagement. He was there. And it was like a round table panel thing. And he kind of started, and then this round table went up, and he's sitting right there in the front. And, and I looked right at him, and I said, look, one of the worst parts about my job, one of the worst parts about being in the opinion media is having an opinion. Because when you give an opinion, you're going to piss somebody off. But you don't have a choice. Like, if you don't give an honest opinion, people know you're full of shit, man. Like, that's what it is. And y'all aren't stupid. Y'all can see through it a mile away. If I was bullshit, like, y'all know when Derek Panamsky was on the air, he was nothing but a sunshine bumper. Fuck, man. Derek, in 5 years, never picked against LSU once. Why? Because he was in the staff's back pocket, man. That's how we got access. He was there. He would take phone calls during breaks from coaches and say, hey, say this. Like, he was just a mouthpiece for the program. Okay, it's what he did professionally. That's fine. I mean, but the audience isn't dumb. They know what he was, And that ain't a way to make it. But I guess you could argue he made it, but fuck. I mean, that ain't how I want to make it. Quite happy with doing what I'm doing. Anyway. Stevie Morant. How long is McCoy out? Don't know. Strained calf. Hopefully not long. Craig, dude, goddamn, y'all still live. Might have to have port number 3 now. Let's see. Who could drink more beer in 36 hours? John Brady or Coach O? I don't think Coach O drinks anymore. Just opened Weller 107. Let's see. Any more? Is it bad? I almost want us to lose to Central Michigan or State so we can go ahead and strip LSU of this bum and start the process. That's inevitable whenever it happens, man. Stephen Wall, is that current exchange rate of Gamecoin? I mean, Gamecoin is worth like 0.004 cents. I mean, at least that's what it was when we started. I'm curious what it is whenever we finish. All right, Nate Dogg. Who gave you the name Kiffin and O'Brien? Why would I tell you that? Scott Burke, well said, Matt. Everything from start to finish and what you said for 5 years. Hey, man, Scott, one thing about me you can never deny. I'm fucking consistent, bro. You know who's not insecure? Frank Williams Wade. You're right. Hey, Craig, that's the point. Like, I could go on air tomorrow and say, like, how many times do I point out that LSU's head basketball coach is on a federal wiretap talking about a strong-ass offer, damn strong, whatever it is, strong-ass offer. Like, Will Wade still comes on my show. I don't fucking care. He's got a job to do. Like, so do I. He gets it. We're always cordial, man. Every time I see him, we're fucking cordial. And I think he's a great basketball coach. I think he's built a great program. He's also got this giant fucking cloud hanging over his program that you can't deny. Okay. Don't mean I hate him or I'm rooting against him. Just fucking gotta talk about it. Please never get rid of the hate Twitter world drop. I laugh out loud every time. It's me, George Truly. What's the chances LSU gets rid of O, hires Kiffin, and Kiffin hires O on the staff? 0. Craig Dugas, Edward is a cheerleader, nothing more, nothing else. Fans are starting to see through the act. How many GME is enough? As many as you can afford. Been buying since Sunday. Thanks for the heads up. Hope it pans out. You're doing quite well since Sunday, aren't you, Patrick? The strong ass offer was a piece of world famous pie. Y'all crazy, bro. Are we just about done? Oh man. Who on the staff is guaranteed to keep their job other than Corey? I mean, probably nobody. Kevin Falk, I wouldn't say that. I don't think Kevin's been a dynamic running backs coach. Saw on Twitter, the Saints fan asked Winston throws for 5,000 yards, 35 TVs, 12 interceptions, gets NFC title game. Do you franchise tag him? You pay him. Wasn't Barry Odom a candidate for DC job? He was not interested. They talked to him. They talked to Zach Arnett from Mississippi State, who was a terrible interview, also heard. Barry Odom was not interested. They obviously offered Marcus Freeman. It started with Ogeron was going to hire Ryan Nielsen from the Saints because he coached him at USC, because it's all Ed knows to do is hire his friends. Woodward said, no, you're going to conduct an interview process. And that's whenever they'd settle on Marcus Freeman. He ultimately just picked Notre Dame, which, okay, I mean, shit, man. You made your offer, you made your run, and he picked Notre Dame, okay? But from there, he had no idea what to do. So he went to Dave Moran and said, who would you hire? He said, Durante Jones. Oh, yeah, hire the guy who'd been at DC since 2009. Perfect. Do the Pelicans have a chance to get John Wall? Sid Couples, O keeps his job, in my opinion, honestly. Sid, I think you're wrong. For a lot of reasons, but you're wrong. First ever breakfast scone popped up on my YouTube feed. Wow. Ryan Dunn, loose lip sync, shit, Matt Selling is who's at the top of Woodward's coaching list. But that's obvious, Ryan. It's very different if, and I'll put it to you this way too. It's very different if I went on AFR and said, LSU has made contact with Bill O'Brien. That's a big difference than us sitting here going, yeah, Bill O'Brien, Lane Kiffin. Big difference. Big difference. Any reality where O stays on as a recruiter? No. Pierce Lee. If we get a good coach, I'm disappointed O isn't going to work, but LSU will be okay. LSU will be okay, and Woodward knows how to hire. Okay. Oh, y'all, I think we're done. By the way, tagged in the post, I've got Restored Motions. That's Crystal Poche. You deal with pain, she'll help you, man. If you got chronic pain, go see Crystal Poche. Book a session, restoredmotions.com, restoredmotions.com. Of course, Hudco Roofing. Call Sam Hay from Hudco Roofing. He's right there in the chat on Facebook. Bother Sam Hay. He will schedule your roof replacement. Sam at hudcoroofing.com, or you can email me. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. Y'all have an awesome night. Thanks for watching, man. Cheers. See ya.